Cub is finishing annual as we speak, so I took the Chief up to Van Zandt in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, 9 November 1. Beautiful grass strip, great people. They do a whole bunch of car shows, fly-ins, steerman rides, all kinds of events up there. So if you get a chance to stop by, highly, highly recommended. Great airport and great people. All right, so here's how I get up there. Take off from the Flying W, head by Inductotherm, which is a private strip, and then I head for Burlington Island, which is pretty historically significant. I'll talk about that a little bit. And then I head up towards, there's like a large rolling hill up ahead, and once I hit that, I turn to the river, the Delaware River, and head up to Van Zandt. This route keeps me east of Northeast Philly and keeps me west of Trenton Mercer Class D airspace. Here's the aerial view. You can see it's real congested over the river, but once you just get a few miles northwest of the river, you get to that Bucks County area in Pennsylvania where it's just beautiful rolling hills and not much around, but farms and private grass strips. And as usual, sunrise was 6:10, so I was wheels up at 6:11 exactly. And as I was setting up my GPS in the ForeFlight there, I had it set up for the Cub, which cruises like 65, 70. This thing was hitting 100 indicated, so it is significantly faster than the Cub, which is kind of nice. Also, shout out to Joe Flood, who does the work on my Cub, but also restored this Chief. It won a Lindy in 2013. And this airplane, it fires right up. It flies incredibly well. It's just a really, really beautiful machine, and it is quickly becoming one of my favorite airplanes to fly for sure. All right, so once I part the W and the downwind leg, I look for Inductotherm, which is that large runway, that private strip. I know I have the GPS up, but it's really just for time and for traffic. But anyway, once you see Inductotherm, it's easy to spot because you have the large runway and it's right next to 295, which is a large highway. And then once you're at that point, it's pretty easy to spot the Delaware River. And once you see the Delaware River, you want to head for that Burlington Island that I was talking about. All right, not only do you get vintage airplanes, but you also get a history lesson here because for those that don't know, I actually was a history major. But this island at one point was the first European settlement, I believe, in New Jersey in the 1600s. They I guess, shared it with the Lenape Indians, and that actually turned into one of the first recorded murders in New Jersey history, apparently due to the Lenape Indians and the settlers disagreeing on something. But anyway, at some point, I want to say in the late 1800s or early 1900s, the island turned into like a tourist attraction and amusement park. Eventually, that all closed up, and they turned it into basically just like a nature reserve, among a few other things in between. But it makes a really, really good VFR waypoint, and it's very, very easy to spot from the air. I was talking about earlier how both sides of the Delaware River, both the Jersey and the PA side, is very, very crowded as far as like suburbs go and urban sprawl. I believe the town just to the west of the river in Pennsylvania is Levittown. And once you just get a few miles west of Levittown, it becomes a lot more rural and pretty area. And here's Levittown view from underneath the airplane as well as the cockpit. You can just see how crowded it is. All right, I wasn't kidding when I said that you keep flying until you see a large rolling hill. There's that hill right there, dead ahead, and it's pretty easy to spot. So what I do is I head for that hill, and once I'm at that hill, I basically go directly to the river, and that keeps me out of the airspace. And then you follow the river up into Van Zandt. On the way, you fly over a really pretty little town called New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is really cool, especially in the winter during Christmas time. They have a train with Santa that brings hot chocolate and stuff. So if you have kids, or even if you don't have kids, that's a pretty cool thing to do. And you'll see a little bit of it here as I fast forward, but there's always some radiation fog early in the mornings, and occasionally the whole river is covered, and that's pretty awesome too. All right, so here's the airport view coming from the south. There's two runways. Obviously, there's a glider runway, which is not to be used, and then there's runway 25 and 7. Both runways kind of have an incline and a decline. Basically, the middle of the airport is kind of perched up high. That's why they call it Van Slant. There is glider activity. There's a lot of airplanes without radios, so if you are going to go, make sure you open up the AFD and become real familiar with the operations here. Early in the morning, you really don't have much to worry about. There's not much going on, but there is a significant amount of deer. On the first opening shot of this video, actually, you can see a bunch of deer just hanging out in the middle of the airport. And when I land on rollout, there's like 3 or 4 deer that actually sprint across the airplane. So just something to be aware of. And I floated significantly. I came in pretty hot. There is an uphill incline here, and there's a long taxi, but that's not why I floated. I just came in too fast. That was a nice landing, but definitely floated. And here's the group of deer that I was talking about. You could see them running across the runway there on touchdown.
turning the left downwind for 65. Stand traffic.
If you want to find out all the events that they have and learn about Bar and Danny who run the airport, just go to the webpage, check it out. They also have a link for the special events, the car shows. They have a movie under the stars where you fly in, watch a movie, and camp out. There's a little burger hut there. There's just a bunch of really cool things and a whole bunch of really cool old vintage airplanes that you can not only watch but actually go for a ride in. And you can get your table endorsement there too. So check it out. Stop by there and definitely add it to your list of places to fly to this summer.